Now, Dan, a lot of people may read into last season, right? The Bengals truly had the Ravens number, but you say that whole approach is null and void.
Well, I mean, because the Bengals got to play against a decimated unit when Lamar did play, and then he played without Lamar. I'd like to touch a little bit on the offense, too, because I think you guys are on point. The best way for me to say it is they allow the circumstances or situations of the game to kind of put them in, I don't want to say panic mode, but dictate what they do. I agree the run game, but even more so the Lamar run game, which they use so well in the first three quarters. First three quarters of games, Lamar's got 14 carries, designed runs. In the fourth quarter, he has 4. That's one a game. He's too good of a weapon to only be utilized that minimally. They got 1 fourth quarter touchdown this year. Guess what? Who's on a designed run for? Lamar Jackson. And I think the second thing that shows up a little bit, guys, is, and MK, I'd like to get your perspective on it. It feels like they force-feed Mark Andrews the ball in the pass game a little bit late in games. And I know it's a fine
100%.
line, right? I know it's a fine line, between players over plays, but they got other options that they can that they do in the first 3 quarters.
Well, one problem I think in the fourth quarter that kind of went under notice is, Rashad Bateman didn't play. And when that happened, it was like the pass game evaporated, in part because we have seen this with Lamar Jackson. He does key in on Mark Andrews, and I wouldn't blame him based on some of the skill players he's played with over the years there. But that's not a formula for a successful offense. And, and it's going to be an issue, by the way, in this one because Rashad Bateman, we'll see if he plays, but he is banged up. And if he doesn't play, what you just described will be a problem.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting, Dan, and Marcus, maybe you can answer this. You talk about the lack of the design run plays in the fourth quarter from Lamar. Marcus, is he maybe running out of gas? Is that maybe why they're dialing that thing back?
Jay, I would like to say yes because it's a fourth quarter game, but this is Lamar Jackson we're talking about. If it was anybody else, I would potentially, right? But we see Josh Allen in fourth quarters of games build and get stronger, and they actually go to that.
I'd like it to
for
see
the
flip.
Buffalo Bills. So that's what they need to do with
Marcus,
Lamar.
I'd like it to flip. Run him a little bit early on, and then you can kind of use him as the absolute finisher, door closer. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.